All right, guys. So we are back. This is another episode of the Average Fellas podcast. This is a YouTube special for you guys. Don't forget to drop by
Oh
the
yeah.
website, www.averagefellas.com, for your specialty craft roast coffee. You got the 4-ounce bag and the 12-ounce bag right here. You get those at the website, www.averagefellas.com. And if you need product photos, website, let us know. We can help you with that too. All right, so we are in it now. All right. We promised that we were going to post. We were gonna do a special video. I guess,
Content.
yeah, video content for the Zack Snyder cut, right?
Cut. Oh yeah. Yes, yes. Oh my goodness.
This is,
First off, I just want to say like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, such a great. I mean, me as a DC fan, I know you are too. Detective Comics, Batman, Superman, The
yeah.
Flash, Black Adam. You know what I'm saying? Like, gosh, I nerd out on this stuff.
I definitely was excited because I am a DC fan and you're a DC fan as well. So
Yeah,
we were really disappointed.
with the first Josh Weirden cut.
Yes,
That's his name? It was kind of, I really was disappointed with that one. You know what I'm saying? That came out
yeah,
in 2017, I believe. If I'm
yes.
not mistaken, that was 2017. And don't get me wrong, I went to the premiere. I think you had went to the premiere in Santa Maria, I think, right? Or
I
you were
can't. I
in
can't remember. I can't
Riverside.
remember. I can't remember. But I did see this. I seen the original. I seen the one that came out in 2017,
Yeah.
and I thought it was really raw, and there was a lot of gaps.
hmm Yeah. And then the first thing like I had noticed was there were things that were missing out of the trailer. That
Yeah.
was one of my first thing that I was like, hey, how come this didn't show up in the movie? This didn't show up in the movie, and so right away I was skeptical about it. I was like, they're missing a couple things. And so it didn't feel right already off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so what we ended up getting is a 2021
Oh,
director's cut,
yes.
the Snyder cut, right?
Yes.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, often referred to as the Snyder Cut. And so this is sort of the retelling of that whole entire movie, but done in the original vision that Zack Snyder had. And I'm trying to remember do you remember what the whole entire debacle was, why he didn't get to actually release it
So
originally?
his thing was his daughter had passed away.
Okay.
That was the big thing. He had to stop production. He had to hand it over to somebody else, and so Josh Wadden had to come in and take over the film. Obviously, it didn't come out the way how Zach wanted it to
So
be.
Okay, so yeah, so I Wikipedia'd it really quick, and so what I'm seeing here is it says, yeah, exactly, that it went through several major changes. The script
Yeah.
underwent several major changes between 2016 and 2017. Following that, Snyder stepped down from during post production following the death of his daughter, and then Josh
Yes.
Weirden, however he said his name, was hired to finish the film, and it's. I understand why he had to jump in there and sub in there, but like he
It
didn't
was
do
horror.
it was
He
bad.
didn't do it right.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I thought, and everybody on set, like there are interviews from Ben Affleck, from Gal Gadot, um, and from Jason Momoa, and like everybody that said like this. It felt like it was like an internment camp, like on scene.
wow.
Like it didn't feel like it was a movie. Like it did not feel like there was there was skepticism about it. There was a lot of uh, things that were going on behind the scenes
Yeah, yeah.
that, and
So
so go on. What's up?
Well, so I mean that gives us a reason to have the director's cut 2021, and
Oh yeah.
he seemed like he had his head in a better not that he had his head in a better place, but like he was able to focus on the job and like
Yeah.
put together his vision, or at least what was left of his vision for
Yeah.
this movie, right? And I gotta say, man, I loved every minute of this 4-hour movie, dude. It was amazing.
Yes. It
So
didn't, I'll be honest, it didn't feel like 4 hours
it
because I enjoyed it.
it
I
didn't.
so enjoyed it.
You're right.
Where, don't get me wrong, I watched Marvel's, Avengers Endgame, and it felt like freaking 4 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours. It was 3 hours. And
I-
it was 3 hours because you felt
agree.
it.
I agree. The pacing just wasn't.
The
wasn't
pacing
there.
was trash. I'm a hater right now. I'm gonna hate on Marvel. Their 3 hour cut was trash.
So
And-
hey, hold on, before we dig any deeper into this, you have some stuff that you wanted to show us since we're doing a special video content for the YouTube. So you actually get to show us some stuff today. So all right, let's nerd out.
All right. First off, I got 3 comic books. Okay, 3 cool comic books. Okay, and well, first off, I'm a super big fan of Batman, Robin. Grew up watching all the Batmans. So awesome. But I'm a huge fan. Also, you are too.
Yes.
Of Red Hood.
Red Hood.
Red Hood. So I have Death in the Family, Red Hood, still in mint condition. I mean, I took it out. Obviously, it's not mint condition. I took it out and read it. But that is the first one that I want to show you, Red Hood.
Wow.
And basically, it is Boy Robin, who is basically he kind of turns over to a dark, twisted side of him, pretty much, because he gets beat up. He pretty much he dies. Joker kills him and beats the heck out of him with a pipe. Talk about the craziest way. He beats the heck out of him with a pipe. And kills him, but at the same time, and then blows him up. Actually, blows up a building. And so, talk about Joker being insane. And that the way I read I read the comic, I watched the film because they have it on HBO Max.
And
so
the thing is too is that what's his name? Geoff. What's the writer's name? What's the writer's name for the comic book right there?
Is
it Geoff Jones? Is it just Jeff Jones or Geoff Jones or something like that?
I think it's Jeff Jones. Let me take a look right now.
Jeff.
It is Batman created by. This one says that it is created by. It actually doesn't either. I'm looking for it. I'm sorry. I'm looking for it right now.
Anyways, so I mean, just
Bob Kane and Bill Finder.
Okay, so
I don't know. It may not even be.
I know that that he was definitely a part of the DCU. He is part of the DCU comic book universe, right? His name's on a lot of the stuff there, and they had him working in on this film as well. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find any more. I can't see anything, man. I can't see anything.
But yeah, this is one of my favorite comic books. Also, one of my favorite movies of the DC films. Just very cool, very super. I went back and rewatched it too. Once HBO Max, once I got it, I was like, it had it on there. I'm like, all right, I'm watching it.
Yeah,
so awesome. Yeah.
Hey, so let's get into this movie, man. Let's get into this movie. Let's get in deep with it. This movie, in order for
the other two after.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you the other two after.
Okay, yeah. Let's get into the movie.
Or you want to see them right now, real fast?
Yeah, real fast. All right, go for it.
All right, let's get into the movie. All right. So my second one that I got, Justice League, Superman versus Black Adam, aka The Rock, boy. It's so awesome. I'm gonna read this one for sure. And basically, it's Black Adam fighting Superman, and this is issue. I have to look at it because I haven't even opened it yet. Oh my god! And then this one, obviously, endless winner, The Flash, at the mercy of Black Adam. Basically, Black Adam just beat the hell out of the Flash, pretty much.
Oh my god!
And yes, I had to just throw those out there because I'm a super Black Adam fan. Why? Because Project Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is playing Black Adam, and that film comes out 2022 December. So next year, I cannot wait for that to pop out. And it's going to be so awesome. Rock has been working crazy hard on that film.
Yeah.
If you don't follow him, his workout routines are 3 times more crazier than they've ever been. He said it like he's in the best shape ever. And he's already 40 something years old. He's 46 right now, but yet he's I've never been in this type of top physique ever.
So I am excited to jump into this movie, man.
Oh yes. Back to the Snyder Cut. Yeah, sorry.
Back to the Snyder Cut. So, getting back to this, I'm reading a little more here. It says that Warner Brother decided that they were going to go ahead in February of 2020, and in May they announced that the Snyder Cut, the original cut, would be released and would be streaming on the HBO Max, right? And it said that it cost about $70 million to complete the visual effects, the score, and the editing, with new material filmed in October of 2020. The release was originally planned as both a 6-episode miniseries and as a 4-hour film, but the miniseries concept was scrapped in January of 2021, and the film was was dedicated in the memory of Snyder's daughter, Autumn. So that's such a cool little fact right there about this movie. So let's get deep into it, man. We pick up in this movie.
Yep.
And Superman is dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just well, in the past, the film before it, Batman versus Superman, he just dies from Doomsday. He gets stabbed in the heart by kryptonite. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like the death of Superman. That's kind of like, it goes after, this is right after that comic book, the death of Superman running into Justice League.
Right. And it's cool because at the end of the movie, it like really picks up there. It really picks up. I really like how they transition between Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah.
Picking up into Justice League, dude. That was such a great lead up.
Oh yeah. And when he dies, when Superman dies, his voice is heard around the world.
Yeah.
So it already sends a message to everybody in the galaxy. The alien is dead. The last son of Krypton is dead.
Yeah.
And that was something that what's his name had said in the first cut. Lex Luthor had said, but the bells have already been rung and everybody's heard it. Meaning like Superman's dead already. Everybody in the universe heard it.
Yeah.
And so that led to Steppenwolf being able to, he has nobody to challenge him pretty much.
Right.
And that leads him to come to Earth to overtake it.
To come get the mother boxes, right?
Exactly. So
exactly. You kind of let's talk about the mother boxes real quick, because this was a concept that I was unaware of that you brought up before I even knew. And I was like, "What are you talking about? Mother boxes? Get out of here!"
Yeah.
Dude, you've gone off on the deep end or something, bro.
So yeah. So mother boxes according to Wonder Woman, they are power pretty much. They're like, they control everything. They're kind of like those who have the 3 mother boxes, and the unity of the 3 mother boxes can turn the world into whatever they want, pretty much.
Right.
Any planet.
And Superman dies at the end of Batman versus Superman. I watched the what's the one? It's not called the director's cut. There's like the extra feature one. It's like
the extra featured one. It was like it was a longer one. Yeah.
So I watched that.
The Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate Edition, exactly. Yep. At the end of it, you did get to see Steppenwolf in that pit inside the ship, holding the boxes real quick, right? It was like a foreshadowing of him coming. Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting, because I watched the Snyder Cut, and then I went back and I watched all of the DC universe in order again, to try to catch up to that spot, right? And I thought that so Superman's dead, right? And I thought the way they how Batman has to sort of pick up this mission of like, hey, I got to get everybody together, assemble the troops, right? Like, I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for the Ben Affleck Batman, man.
Oh man, yeah, I'm excited. Like, I really thought, like, don't get me wrong, I thought he was so awesome in Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
BVS was a great, like, you talk about a brutal Batman, like, kind of like a brawler. That was the Batman that I got in Batman vs Superman.
Exactly.
And then when he came out in the Josh Whedon cut, it just did not happen like that. And then when I saw the Snyder Cut, it kind of reminded me back to the brawler again.
Yeah.
And and that's the Batman that, like, I remembered in that movie, and I'm like, okay, he can take a hit and keep going through, I just keep on remembering Ben Affleck, like, when he goes to face Superman, like this guy is like freaking working out like crazy, you
Right.
know? And so like that was the kind of determination, the Batman that I wanted to see in the Snyder Cut, and that's what we got.
Yeah, and I really liked that this I really liked the Batman that they kind of put together for this series.
Yeah.
Like he's not the he's definitely he's not the Warner Brother Batman, you know what I'm saying? He's not the I'm trying to remember the comic book, the actual the writer that he this one really takes off after. It's a darker version of Batman. I can't remember his name. Can you remember?
At this, not for Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Batman that I would say would run off of the, not even the Red Hood, because even in Red Hood, like Batman there is still like kind of like sorrowful. He's still like kind of like
the Frank Miller Batman.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, is what I'm talking about. The Frank Miller art, I think it is. I want to say it's yeah. If you go back and you look at the Frank Miller kind of comic books, it's a darker, more adult version of Batman, and that's who I think this Batman sort of gives me that sort of vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. I the way how it's dark vibed. It's interesting, you know, and it also gives a different view of Batman. Because we've had the Playboy Batman, of Christian Bale style.
But okay, the Dark Knight though, that was a good Batman. That was a great Batman. I love that Batman. Don't get me wrong, I love that Batman.
Christopher Nolan's Batman.
Yes, I love
that trilogy. Yes.
Hands down, it's a standalone like forever classic, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Dude, come on. I mean, the villains that they have, what's his name is Ra's al Ghul. You got Liam Neeson's.
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Ra's al Ghul. You got what's his name is Joker. You have God rest his soul. God.
I know who you're talking about. I forget his name. I forget his name.
Oh my God, I feel so sad. But pretty much one of the best Jokers ever.
Yes.
And then he died. God. Trying to remember his name right now.
Yeah. Anyways, and then
and then Bane, and then you have Bane.
You had Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger as Joker, and then you also have what's his name as Bane too as well. And obviously, like I based my workouts like to look like Bane and The Rock like mixed,
Right.
Dude. So such a great dark, very midnight type film. You know what I'm saying? I love that darkness to it, which is very Detective Comics style.
So in this new one though, in
the Justice League,
we got a I thought this Batman was more reminded me of the Frank Miller stuff, and I really liked the whole entire I like how they did the suit of armor in Batman versus Superman, right? That was such a cool that was a really cool concept. Moving into the Justice League, seeing Batman become the leader but him not have the powers, I thought was a really cool dynamic, right? Like he had to kind of play his spot. He's like, okay, what can I do?
Yeah. And I think it pushed him to use more gadgets and tools that he has.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's a billionaire. Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, so it's like, okay, he could pay for whatever he wants. He can have whatever he wants. So it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, that's when Barry Allen's like, he's like, so like, what's your superpower? And he's like, I'm rich.
So great. Oh my God. But I actually love that part because it's like, what's his name? Flash is in there and he's like eating pizza. He's like, oh, me running causes me to burn a tremendous amount of calories. I'm like a black hole of snacks, a snack hole. I was like, dude, that's what's up. I gotta use that. I'm a snack hole.
So we get introduced to Barry Allen in this.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
As Wonder Woman at the very beginning. She's like the first one that goes into it, kind of thing.
She kind of joins the fight with us, and Batman versus Superman. We kind of get them to meet up together finally. Which I like that. I really kind of thought that was
Yeah.
cool that she had a part in that movie. Because if they didn't tie her in sooner than that, like then the Justice League wouldn't have come together the way it
It
did.
wouldn't have
Because
come together, and they call it the Holy Trinity: Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. It's so funny, but it is true. Like I really like how Wonder Woman she's a warrior. She's a Amazon queen, and so she knows how to fight. She was born and raised as a fighter, and so when we first get this scene of her at the bank, pretty much they're like inside. They're inside of a bank, or is it like Gotham Bank or something? And so she not necessarily. I like how like she don't care. She'll throw a punch in there. She'll throw guys against the wall, break them.
Yeah.
She'll like I think she threw a guy through a wall. It's just like, dude, like how more badass can you be? Like, dang.
Which, well, I thought it was cool because, like, in the past, like, in her own movies, they gave her a PG-13 rating, I think, in her own movies, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of figured why they wanted to do that, but then, like, I felt that, like, in these movies, they kind of gave her a little bit more, like, badassery. I don't know how you want to say it. I don't know how you could say it, but, like, there was times where she was, like, fighting some of these aliens, and you're like, okay, that was sick. Like, I wanted to see more of that. I felt like they didn't take that risk in her own movie, and they kind of got to flex with her character in this movie, which was cool with for me. And also the same thing, so we also get to pick up with Cyborg, with the Flash, and with Aquaman in this movie, right?
Yes.
We kind of get to see Batman go try to rally the troops and everything, and it's taken him a while to kind of get them together, but he finally gets the troop together. What are your favorite parts about those characters? I know we talked about the Flash for a second there.
I mean, Flash is cool. Obviously, he gets to meet. There was an uncut scene that he actually meets his love, his future wife. It is getting her name again. Oh my god! Well, he basically meets his future wife in the film. He likes her, but he doesn't know her yet. But he saves her. I'm trying to remember her name. It'll come back to me.
Wait, this is the scene where he saves her with the dogs, right?
With the dogs, yeah.
That was a funny scene.
Yeah, and also too, I mean, Aquaman, like, come on, like, Aquaman is a beast. Jason Momoa as Aquaman, come on.
I felt like that they didn't give him enough in this movie, though.
There could have been more. I think he could have had more. I like that he is like this back road, dude. Like he feels like he throws axes, which he does, and just drinks like Guinness beer.
I think it's kind of funny because his character kind of is like he's really powerful, he's really strong, right? But he doesn't like kind of show it that way. He's kind of like, well, I don't have to say anything about myself, I don't have to prove it to anybody. I don't got to prove anything to anybody.
He's kind of like upset because he believes that his mother was basically killed because of his own race by the Atlanteans. And so he has this remorse towards them. Like, Mira tries to talk to him and be like, you're the son of a king. You're the son of a queen, and he's like, oh, aren't you a saint? That like, why, your people killed my mother and made me like a bastard. Pretty much, and it's like, dude, like, holy crap. Like he has this like hate towards the Atlanteans, but in reality, it's like, it wasn't necessarily all the Atlanteans' fault because he puts the blame on all of them.
Yeah.
And then, but it's because of this, he kind of doesn't want to step up to the plate of his oath or of his kingship. There we go.
Right. So, one of the things, I guess I thought that they needed. I felt that they could have put more parts with him in it. Maybe give him a little more serious role in the entire thing, because he was more like just like the sidekick dude who just was there to make like a cool joke here and there.
Yeah,
and to lift up something really heavy. Right, that was kind of like his one job. So I thought that was kind of a weak part for him to be included in it. But and I thought that they included enough of Barry Allen. Like his whole entire part in it was amazing. His whole entire like time thing was just phenomenal.
And he gets to introduce, you get a little sneak peek at Iris West Allen. The girl he saves is actually his future wife. So, which is super cool, we didn't get that in the first cut. We never had got that, but it was always in there.
Yeah.
And we had seen that in the commercials. We had actually seen that scene in the commercials where he breaks the glass with his finger, but you never got that in the cut.
Wow.
And so it was in the film, and I was like, oh, I was so happy to see that piece. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Because it gives them more of a backstory.
Yeah.
So much of more of a backstory,
Yeah, no, I thought that the entire setup for the Flash's character in this movie was awesome.
Yeah.
And I thought that they did a weak job on Aquaman's, but Cyborgs I thought was really cool too. I thought that they did give us a good bit of Cyborgs.
They gave us a lot of information on Cyborgs.
And I maybe I'm only saying that because they gave Aquaman a movie. Maybe that's why they didn't really.
I think that was probably, maybe it could be they gave more time to Flash and Cyborg because they don't have a solo movie yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true too. That could be a reason why.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe that could be it, So, give me some highlight moments of the movie for you.
Oh, man. I mean, jeez. So many. I mean, besides I don't want to spoil it, but I mean, the end cut scene at the very end.
Oh, not even the gosh. Yeah.
Okay. The end cut
Let's save that. Let's save that. We'll save that for the end. We'll say that. Yeah. That'll be the last thing we talk about.
The last thing, the dark dreams that Batman has. So much cooler. I think we got one scene of it in Batman versus Superman. We had one dark scene.
Oh my god, those are so good.
So good, and I love that. And that comes from actually, I think that's that comes from the comic books.
Yeah,
but it's like Dark Side Siege or something like that. And so what it is it's Apocalypse, Planet Apocalypse, which is pretty much Dark Side. Pretty much takes over the world, but turns it into Apocalypse, his homeworld. And you see everything's dark. Batman is brutal. He's more of he's a brawler. He carries weapons, and so dope. Oh my god! But I mean, at the end, of course, we'll save that towards the end. There's more to it, but I really love the dream scenes. I mean, I can't get enough of this type of movie, and I hope we get more movies like this.
No, I agree.
I hope we get more like this.
I want to see more of those. I want them to actually make that movie, and we'll get into that one. For me, one of the cool scenes that
the dark scene,
yeah. One of the scenes that I really liked though was was when they actually had to resurrect Superman. Right, and they needed Barry Allen to do the whole entire the Flash to supercharge himself.
He needs to.
Yep. Yeah, that scene, the whole entire.
Because he has to build up enough charge to start his heart.
Exactly.
So awesome. I love that scene. There is another obviously I love how they fix Superman. Obviously they didn't do the CGI face. So happy with that. They went back and changed that because obviously he had a beard and a mustache because he was filming another film. He was filming another film, but they CGI'd his face, made his face horrible looking in the weirding cut, and so they went back and they fixed that. So I was happy about that because he didn't look like he was plastic or rubbery. You get what I'm saying? It was just weird. He was just weird in the other cut. And then, I mean, you also got Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
At the very end, and I'm so excited. I was like, Lex Luthor. You also get to see the first time you get to see Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Holy snap!
That was cool. Yeah.
Deathstroke looks so awesome. He looks so dope.
That was definitely a cool little piece right there. So, I mean, what was your thoughts on the whole entire Steppenwolf thing?
Oh, Steppenwolf as the main villain.
Yeah.
They revamped him. It looked like they straight up juiced him up.
Yeah, exactly. He looked way better.
He was a lot bigger. His
armor
was cooler. It actually it was part of his body.
Mhm.
So his armor was like it grew on him. So it's kind of like it moved whenever like he was mad or something like that. It transformed a different way. So it was like, oh snap. Which was super. You could tell. Obviously, there was the CGI in there. You could tell a little bit, with the CGI. But at the same time, I was like, okay, it still did it more justice than the first Steppenwolf, for sure.
No, I agree. I thought it looked way better. And the thing that I thought was just cool is the entire like part where the end of it where they have to like actually get into the where the stronghold is, where he finally gets all the mother boxes together, right?
They're in Russia. That's where they're in Russia.
So that last scene there were a lot of little pieces there that we didn't get originally, right? That last scene was like way longer.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it made a lot more sense, because the first time around it was just way too fast, and I was like, wait a second, there's something's not right here.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a lot more Batman action in this one. It was just it made a lot more sense. It looked better. I was a lot more happier with the fight scenes. And especially because it's a 4-hour movie, you're kind of like, what do you do? And they're introducing all the characters, and they're moving on, they're advancing the plot line, and finally you get this juicy fight scene at the very end where it just finally comes together. To me, it worked out perfectly. Where I feel like sometimes you can kind of get lost in like Wonder Woman for me kind of dragged on a little bit. Same thing with Aquaman. I felt that there were kind of weak stories. They didn't really spend a lot of time like developing the story or giving us. It felt like more like a Marvel, an MCU kind of
MCU
film.
type feel with them too. Yeah,
exactly.
I did like I said, they did focus more on Barry Allen. And I did love that. I love that because he does have a huge backstory. He does. He's gonna get his solo film coming. Ezra Miller's already filming The Flash. It's already there. As far as I know for a fact, Henry Cavill is filming Superman 2 already. So he is filming Superman 2. And that's been said like over and over and over. But he's actually posted video and photos of him on Instagram of him like actually doing Superman workouts for it. And I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for that to come out, because once you hit a number 2, like I think once you hit those 2 films, like you have to have at least 2 films of the person. We had one of Aquaman. We gotta wait for Aquaman 2's filming right now. When that comes out, that's going to be awesome. The Flash is going to be Flashpoint. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be so awesome.
Yeah.
We also are getting a Supergirl too.
Okay. What about Batman though?
But Batman though, like what is going on with that? I mean, that's the thing is like, okay, what about Ben Affleck? Where are we gonna? Is it because for a while they were like, well, Ben Affleck is already old. He's kind of like, he's out of shape, or not out of shape, but he's not like he's not going to last for 10 films or 7 films.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that you got to look at is like, okay, how many, you got to get a young actor to play that's going to last like 5 or 6 films, because the DCEU is going to be based like that, especially with Snyder. He doesn't want it to be like MCU.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he wants everything to connect.
So, okay, but who's doing the Robert Pattinson Batman though?
I think that is I would have to see who that is.
Because that's something that I think it says Matt Reeves. I think it's
yes, Matt Reeves, yes.
I'm excited for this one.
That's gonna be so awesome.
I am a Robert Pattinson fan. I think he's got some acting chops, and I know we didn't really get to see that in Twilight, but I'm hoping that this will make up for it.
This will redeem him. I think this should redeem him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that when I saw the commercial or the trailer during DC fandom, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god! It dropped on DC fandom day, and when I saw that trailer, I was so excited. Also, Black Adam trailer had dropped that day too. I was like, ah! I literally set up in my room had like my snacks in here. I was like, I closed myself up in my room. I said, nobody bother me because I'm watching this all day, all weekend. It was 2 days of just DC filming for like 8 hours straight, and then they paused it, and then the next day they did it again.
I'm excited for that. Zoe Kravitz is in it. So is Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell plays the Penguin.
Jeffrey Wright's he's gonna be James Gordon.
James Gordon, yeah.
Andy Serkis as Alfred. So I'm excited. It's got a good cast.
Yeah, it's a great cast. It's a great cast. Colin Farrell as Penguin. Like, what?
Wow,
That's so cool.
And Colin Farrell's method. So we'll see what he's gonna pull out, dude.
I'm excited. I'm excited for him. Like, obviously, the last Penguin that we had got was from the Gotham.
Yes.
What's his name in Gotham?
Yeah.
The TV show. And don't get me wrong, he was a gangster. He was a thug.
Yeah.
Definitely had a different vibe. Like, he could move around, not like Penguin from back in the day.
Yeah, no. It made. I thought the old school Warner Brothers stuff is like very like, that was a style. That was a genre, right? That was cutting edge. But as we progressed in
now.
Yeah, cinema history, like we want more realistic thing. That's why The Dark Knight is so juicy and amazing because it's so real. The Dark Knight to me can actually happen,
Yeah.
Whereas in like the Justice League one, like that's a little too fantastical for us.
It's too fantastical, yeah. But at the same, because
but it's so cool.
But it's so cool, and there are rumors right now that are going around that Dave Bautista is rumored to play Bane.
I want that to happen, dude.
in the DCEU, and I want that to happen big time because, dude, he fits the part. He totally fits the part. Like, Tom Hardy did a great job as Bane.
Yeah,
hands down, like, so awesome. But if Dave Bautista comes in as Bane,
he'll be big.
He's gonna,
he'll sound like it. It'll be good. Yeah.
It's gonna be great, and him to join the DCEU would be so awesome.
I'm down with that. I'm definitely down with that.
Totally down.
All right, so let's get into the juicy part of this chat about the Justice League, because we're just fanboying over DC stuff today. This is a bonus content for the YouTube channel, and we're fanboys, so that's why we want to do this. Show our appreciation for DC, the DC universe. So let's talk about the last scene of Justice League, dude. This is where this was the meat and potatoes of the stuff that, like, just, oh my gosh, dude.
Yes.
Batman looks amazing. Not only do we get this Batman scene, right? We get the Jared Leto Joker that we all have wanted to see, dude.
Yes. Jared Leto as the Joker, it had to justify him for Suicide Squad.
Dude, yes. Everybody who hated on the Jared Leto Joker, this scene alone proves
that
he is a Joker.
Yes. I love how he's just like, Batman hates. This is his moral enemy. This is Batman's enemy. This is the black and white, like, fight night. If you want to talk about, like, if you wanted to, like, Superman and Lex Luthor, okay, this is Batman and Joker. Like, this is more.
So
it's
deep.
Way more.
Yeah, the hatred there.
Deep. And I like how he's like, this is, don't you remember? He's like trying to tell him about, like, Robin. He's telling him, like, about, like, well, don't let your past dictate your future or something like that. He's telling him, and he's like, isn't that right, Batman? And, like, Batman looks at him. He's like, you son of a, you know what I'm saying? He just says this hate, because he kills. We all know death in the family. We all know.
So,
I hope we get that film. I hope we get a film like that, though.
Right. So, okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Right. So, we got to see there was a part in one of the I think it was Batman vs Superman, where we got to see the camera pan through the
Batman's cave. Yep, Batcave.
Right, and we seen
Boy Wonder, Robin. But that's not Jason. Is that Jason Todd's? Or
I'm not sure, but, like,
I'm not sure which one they're gonna run off of. I don't know yet which Robin they're gonna run off of. If it's gonna be Damian, or if it's gonna be Jason, or It's not going to be Nightwing, Grayson.
Right.
It's not going to be Grayson. For sure, it's not going to be Grayson. Because I hope they pull off a Grayson, though. But
I know, man. I know. I was hoping for JGL, dude. JGL.
Yes. Oh my god.
I wanted JGL to be him so bad, man.
I'm so like I hope they do a Robin film. I want them to do a Nightwing film.
Dude, JGL can do it too because he can get fit. He can get super fit because he played in a movie back in the day where he was like a Guido.
JGL, explain again, JGL.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yes.
He was in The Dark Knight, right? So
he was in The Dark Knight, and he was teased as Robin.
Yes, he was Officer like Grayson, right? He was like
Officer Grayson, yep.
So he's teased as Robin, and to me, like that was like the perfect setup, dude. That was a perfect setup, man. I was like, oh my god.
They had also rumored for a while that Shia LaBeouf was going to be as and I was like, okay, I didn't know. I was like, I don't see him as a Robin.
Yeah, he's too much of a different kind of actor for that.
Yeah, different type of actor. I was like, nah, this isn't going to happen. Stick to Bay filming, Transformers. Yeah. But I did see, because they were gonna put they were skeptical about it because they were gonna put him with what's his name, who was also up to play Batman 2 as well. There was another guy. Oh man. Never mind. Sorry about that.
No,
they were going to make a film like that too, but I'm excited to see who they get. If they are going to make a Robin, I hope they do. I really hope they do. If they do make a Barbara Gordon, who is AKA Batgirl too as well, and obviously they better get somebody hot to be Batgirl. So they have a Latina as Supergirl. That is hardcore. Heck yeah. If you didn't know that, they already casted I gotta remember her name. Get back to me on that. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just kind of getting back to the Jared Leto Joker here.
Yeah.
I just really excited. I thought that whole entire scene, the interaction between him and Ben Affleck's Batman in that scene was just amazing. Thought the way they fit that in at the end of the movie to kind of drop an alternate like universe sort of nugget on you, because they also tease that in Batman versus Superman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you talk about that a little bit? Can you talk about those two clips and how those kind of played out?
So
when we saw the one in Batman versus Superman, right? We got a dark scene from there, right?
We got a dark scene from there. So you kind of get that pan of Robin's suit.
Right.
And it's spray painted on like ha ha ha.
Yeah.
With yellow spray paint.
Yeah.
And you already know who the heck that is. Joker straight up killed Robin.
Right.
Like you already know. And at that point, like in my head, I was like, I want to see that film.
Me too.
I want to see that film. Like I want to see that scene right there. Like that already got me going. And Robin's costume looks so dope. You see he has his staff there too. Like it's the boy wonder Robin. It's the yellow, the green, red, and yellow suit. So awesome. And so I want to see that. I do. And go on.
So, but also we got to see there was a part where Batman he gets captured by Superman's. If you look at the military, they have this Superman patch on their arm, right? Because like Superman pretty much rules the world, and it's sort of like if Superman woke up and remember because when they wake him up, he's angry, right?
He's angry. He's he doesn't know who he is.
He doesn't know who he is.
It's the Krypton part of him. It's the Krypton type of alien side of him.
Basically, what would have happened was if Superman's mother would have died, or if Lois Lane would have died. I can't really remember. I don't know exactly how it works out.
It was if Lois died, then he would have took that out on Batman. It was Batman's fault for that. Because the reason why he blames Batman was because it was kind of like Batman was like, well, this guy is an alien from another planet. He could kill everybody if he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman's mind is focused on that.
Yeah.
Straight up focused on that. And so kind of like in order to get to Superman, he had to kill Lois. And that's kind of like the thing. Like that was kind of like in the dream, Superman tells Batman, like, you killed my world. She was my world. And you killed her, you know? Type thing. I think that was actually from BVS, Batman vs Superman.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the same I'm talking about, right? So that also plays into effect with the scene that we get at the end of Justice
Snyder
League, right?
Cut. Yep, Justice League.
So it's a continuation of that sort of that
the dream, the nightmare. It's called Nightmare. It's the nightmare scene.
The nightmare scene, exactly.
Yeah.
So those of you guys who haven't watched it, or if you have watched it, go back and watch those pieces. They're so good. I really enjoyed those. Any more highlights for this movie?
I mean, obviously, we also got it in the first film, but I loved seeing Deathstroke, though. Oh my God!
Yeah,
he looks so dope. It's John Migolano, or it's John Migolano. I don't know his.
I don't know his name. But I did see it. And
he looks dope though as Deathstroke though.
Yeah.
And there's a film there was a video game of Batman versing Deathstroke, fighting Deathstroke, and they're like posted like Ben Affleck and Joe Migolano like, hey, you guys gotta recreate this, you know, and it's all over Instagram, it's all over Facebook of the two guys fighting in the video game. But it just looks so dope. It looks so awesome. And so I'm excited for that. Lex Luthor back
at
it again, you know, and I like how he's bald now.
Yes.
He's Lex Luthor.
I don't really care for Jesse Eisenberg. Is that his name?
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, I don't really care for him as Lex Luthor. I wish they would have went someone else, but I don't know who they could have got. I like the Kevin Spacey Lex Luthor.
What's his name? Ducky?
Yes.
Lex Luthor? Oh, he's cool. Yeah. No, he's cool. I seen, in the Arrowverse, he's a cool Lex Luthor. But I'm a big fan of Michael Rosenbaum. So because I am rewatching Smallville right now.
That's right.
Me and my sister, me and April are rewatching Smallville. To all the viewers, me and my sister. And it's like such a side of Lex Luthor that like, oh, he's so cool. Like, he's so cool. I actually think he's cooler than Superman at times. So I'm like, oh my God.
So what are your thoughts on your thoughts on Smallville, and what are your thoughts on that show being like way back in the day? Does it still hold up?
Oh my God. It holds a big value in my heart. I mean, it brings back so many memories. That's the old CW.
Yeah,
God, that's the old school like CW, like getting up on a Saturday morning, like or even early in the morning before I would go to school. I would watch the CW.
Yeah,
you know, and so like I love the Arrowverse. Arrowverse is so awesome. If you don't know what the Arrowverse is, it is Green Arrow was the first CW, like the new 52.
Yeah.
I would say like it's like the newer version of the superheroes, because it's not Smallville. It's like the newer. It was back in 2012. It popped up.
Yeah.
And so Stephen Amell did a phenomenal job as Green Arrow.
How does that one hold up?
Oh my God, it's freaking amazing. Oh my goodness. That the Green Arrow, if you have not seen Arrow, go see it. I've seen it 3 times.
Wow.
Because it's such a great show. It's so awesome because he's brutal.
Yeah.
They took the darkness of Batman and put it into Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Because he has a crazy story. Everybody that he holds dear to him dies.
Oh my God.
Okay, everybody dies, okay?
Like the Punisher, huh?
And so like this guy is ran off of rage, and he's just like, yeah, you got to go see it. You got to watch it. It's on Netflix. Got to see it.
I'll definitely have to check a few episodes of this out, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I think we covered quite a bit, man, in this bonus chat right here about the DCU and the Snyder Cut. So I'm definitely excited to get this posted on the YouTube channel, man. Anything else you want to shout out before we sign off today?
Well, I was gonna say, what was your all-time favorite scene?
My all-time. It's the last scene, dude. The Batman scene, the Joker scene. Dude. That conversation alone. I died. I was like, oh my god, this is my favorite ever.
Oh my goodness!
The dialogue between them, just the banter and like the hatred in their eyes. Oh my gosh, dude! Dude, Jared Leto's Joker in that scene. I am sold on, bro. I want a solid Jared Leto movie just about him.
Just a Joker movie, Jared Leto.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yep. Just like they had Birds of Prey, just like they had Suicide Squad. I want them to have just a Joker movie.
Nobody on the side, just him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind him going with Margot Robbie. You know, that'd be cool because it does show more of the backstory between the two of them.
Yeah, maybe get some
Harley
early
Quinn and him.
Yeah. I think if they dial her character back a little bit, not so like Warner Brothers style.
Yeah, they need to. Yeah,
dial her character back a little bit because she is like got the Warner Brother kind of like style. I mean, Suicide Squad is kind of like that, but.
She could be darker. She could be more of it fit more comic book style. Harley Quinn.
I want less of that. I want less comic book style. I want more realist. I want more realist style. You know, like I want her to be like because she was a psychiatrist, right?
Yeah, she was a psychiatrist.
So I want to kind of see. I want to see that play out more. I want to see a little more of that dynamic in her character because when she's full on Harley Quinn, she's just like, oh my god. You know, and I'm like, but she was a psychiatrist. Maybe she should have a little bit more depth to her character. That's just my thoughts about it. But I want to see Jared Leto Joker, man. Oh man, that'd be so.
That's your thing. I definitely so that's yours. My thing is, I definitely want to see the Batman Deathstroke.
Yeah, me
for
too.
sure.
That too.
I want to see that fight. I really do. That's a big one for me. That in Justice League, I loved that. I want to see Batman versus Deathstroke, but not only that, I want more of a. How do I say? Okay, we got Martian Manhunter.
Yes, forgot to say that. Martian Manhunter. That was a cool scene. Yeah, that was an extra scene that was not in the original, right?
It was not in the original. Yeah, just to let you know, we got Martian Manhunter, which was so cool. I want to see more Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
that is so awesome.
And I want to see them do the Justice League beacon out in space.
I want to see the
Hall of
Justice League Society. They have the Hall of Justice, which they do have. What's his name talked about it?
Yes.
You know, Batman talks about it. He's like, big table in the middle. It's the old Wayne Manor that was like closed up. That turns into the Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
Now the Hall of Justice. Here's a little sneak peek. Turns into the bottom section is the underground. It actually, and then the top they build a building on top, and it's a big old T for Teen Titans.
Right.
So it's built on top of Wayne Manor.
Wow.
It's built on top of Teen Titans building is built on top of Wayne Manor.
What?
Yes. So I'm like, with the way how it's fitting, I could see it changing because obviously Jason Todd is dead at this point, so we could get Nightwing still.
Are you watching Titans right now?
I already finished it.
I gotta go back and watch that one.
Yes, you have to watch it, and it's great. It's so great. It's very raw. It's raw, and that's the way how I want DC films to be.
That's exactly what I want. I'm gonna start that right now.
Yeah, it's so good. It is very good. Very good. I'm not gonna lie. It will not disappoint you. Well, it has the Robins. It has the Robins in there.
Yes. All right, man. Well, yeah. Let's go ahead and let's sign off, man.
Yeah. From the Average Fellas podcast. Heck yeah, Beastmodesquats here. Signing off. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. Give it a follow, and then I will add you.
For sure. All right, guys. Don't forget to check out the website, www.averagefellas.com, for your specialty craft roast coffee. Or if you need graphic, or website. All right, guys. We'll catch you later.